Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Dr. Siti Zubaida and everyone. So in this video, my group will be presenting about our group's project, which is shock absorber. So I will start first. My name is Nurul Aiman Waiyah binti Jainuddin. My ID number HA18008. I will start with the introduction for shock absorber. So what is shock absorber? Shock absorber is a mechanical or hydraulic device. It is an integral part of a vehicle suspension. The function of shock absorber is to absorb and damp shock impulses. Types of shock absorber. There are two types of shock absorber. The first one is twin tube shock absorber. It has dual tube configuration. The damping forces in the extending stroke are generated by the piston valves, and it can withstand minor chips from flying rock particles and has a wide adjustment range of length. The second one is monotube shock absorber. It has an inline arrangement featuring an oil chamber and gas chamber. The damping forces in both extending and contracting strokes generated by the piston valve. The history of shock absorber. In early stage, the shock absorbers were just two arms that connected by a bolt with a friction disc between them. The bolt is used to adjust the resistance by tightening or loosening it. Over the years, the suspension systems evolved into sophisticated design. Even though the concepts and components have changed, but the objectives of the product still remain the same, which are to provide steering stability with good handling characteristics and to maximize the passenger comfort. My friend will continue with the manufacturing process of shock absorber.
I'm Isaac Chow. So the topic I'm going to present is manufacturing process, and my ID is #18016. So now comes to the welding. Okay, for manufacturing process, we got welding and also molding. So welding is actually involving the partial melting and the fusion between two members to be joined, and fusion welding is actually defined as the melt welding. Okay, melting together and coalescing materials by means of heat. Okay, so the filler metals are actually added to the weld area during weldings. Okay, fusion welds are made without the use of filler, are known as autogenous welds. So for absorber, we need to weld the damper of an absorber. The welding for the bottom cap, bracket assembly, and spring holder designed for rapid replacement of by workpiece. So the vertical seam welding machine were used to weld the oil cylinder and also the oil cap. Okay, and this is actually the critical sealing machine for the shock absorber. Okay, so now let's come to molding. Molding is actually involved the shaping of a liquid or a malleable raw material by using the fixed frame. Okay, which known as mold or matrix. And the mold is generally a hollow cavity receptacle commonly made by metal, where liquid plastic, metal, ceramic, plastic, ceramic or glass material is poured. So it's like mix, okay? And then the plastic parts are made by dropping, forging, sintering, and also the molding, as well as injection molding or transfer molding. And the choice of which of the above named methods is used depends on the material to be processed and also the questions of expenses, and everything should be economy. And metals such as aluminum, zinc, magnesium, copper, tin, and lead, as well as alloy thereof, can be processed according to a casting method. Okay, simple process. Now come to a manufacturing process of the absorber. So first we have the tube material checking, and also then after that we expand the oil seal, we join the cap, press in, and also the damper cap welding. Then we come to testing, test whether it's leakage or not, and also the joint enhance, cleaning, e-depainting, and it ends here cleaning. Okay, then we start another process. For the rod involved, we have the board cap, rod welding, cleaning, painting, and also ends the same process, cleaning. Okay, so both of these parts involved, and we undergo the cleaning process, rod comb assembly, insert oil, inner part insert, then welding, nitrogen insert, then like everything we study, we need to come to exam, right? Same as the observer. Everything that we have done, we need to come to a testing, whether it's function or not. If not, then we have to go back to the origin place and start to do it again, because it's not safe to use. Okay, and it's not, yeah. So we have nitrogen insert, cover boost insert, then we come to the outside checking. This is the last checking before we comes to the delivery. Yeah. So next, this is the explanations of the flow chart. For this rectangle is one step in a process and step written in a box. Usually one arrow goes out of the box. So it's like rectangle, rectangle, only one arrow go out of the box. Okay. Okay, then the arrow is a direction flow for one step or the decision to another. Okay, so it's like, okay, the arrow is show the steps and the directions. Okay, yeah. So next, and this diamond is actually decision based on questions. The question is written in diamonds, and more than one arrow goes out of diamonds. Each one shows the directions of the process taken for given answer to questions. Often the answer is yes or no. So we have the diamond shape here, and we use black color to represent that if it's error, the something, the leaking testing is no, then we take it back. We go back to origin place. Okay, so because it's not functionable, same as the others, we use black color to represent. Okay, then next, delay. For this symbol is delay or wet. We are not using it, and circle is linked to other patch or other flow chart. Same symbol on the other patch indicates that the flow continues there. Okay, so this circle, start, and the circle here means this linkage from the others. Okay, yeah, and then continuous. So this is just a linkage. Circle is just a linkage. Then let's come to the this trapezium is input or output. We are not using it. And this is for document. We are not using it. And this is the alternate symbol for start and end point. We are using different one the arrow. Okay, for the last. Okay, so after that, yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Mauzani bin Abu Bakar. My metric ID is HA18013, and I will continue the presentation of our group, shock absorber. I will continue in discussion. First one is recommendation on manufacturing process. Importance of long-term strategy. Efforts to create a national system of industry existent to improve the manufacturing performance of smaller companies. Decentralized and distributed management and direction are needed for efficient system of existing resources. And expansion of or income of quality but not quantity. A national system of existence can only be successful if manufacturers believe the advice they get from customer base is high quality, with the long-term objective in mind and emphasis on high quality existence for any manufacturer. Recommendation on equipment and machine. The shock absorbing piston and the blank for the shock absorbing piston have an annular shoulder rotating at a distance from the central axis and enclosing an annular chamber on upper and lower surface or sides. Centrally and elastically clamped plates or valve spring plates for covering the annular chamber rest on the shoulder. Method which are used to process large quantities while avoiding expensive machining or molding process being carried out at room temperature or elevated temperature, pressure die casting, precision casting, punching, subsequent shaping, powder metallurgy, and sintering method. Recommendation on material. Generally, shock absorber use high quality steel as it can handle pressure from internal hydraulic forces. Spring steel is a medium carbon steel. Spring steel is used because it has higher yield strength. It allows the objects to return to their original shape despite significant bending and twisting. Special painting and coating are added to protect units from harsh operating environment. As a conclusion, by doing this research, we are able to know more about shock absorbers. Not only that we are able to know the history of the shock absorber, but we also gain more understanding on its type, the manufacturing process involved, the equipment and machine used, and also the material for the shock absorber. We are also able to give recommendations on manufacturing process, equipment and machines, and the material. Example of material that we can use in making shock absorber is high strength steel. That's all from our group.